welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be a bit different. I'm going to be doing a clean with me because my room is currently so messy and it looks like a tornado just came in and messed everything up. I'm going to be doing a clean with me and also plan out what I want to do this summer. I have goals in mind, but honestly I have no idea where to begin, so I need to build that foundation. I'm actually in the middle of filming a journaling video right now. That's why it kind of looks like this on my desk. I decided to film this video instead of continuing the journaling video because in order to do the journaling video I needed a hole punch, and I actually lost that hole punch in the huge mess that I made. I'm hoping that I can find it again after cleaning. So also, this video is kindly sponsored by PDFelement. PDFelement 7 is an editing software that allows you to convert, edit, and customize PDF files. Personally, I like to use PDFelement to annotate files I've downloaded to help me prep for my upcoming college applications. So right here, I am annotating a booklet on college essay writing and customizing it to fit my needs. I'm using the highlighter tool to highlight important information, the shape tool to emphasize things I want to remember, and the marker and text tool to add labeling and personal thoughts. If you guys are taking summer classes or reviewing some school content, then I recommend using PDFelement to annotate for the digital advantages of adding references in the form of images and links. Inserting links into your file can help bring it to life and also boost productivity because now you can actively review it and study it. But of course, there are so many other features like importing photos, changing the background color, adding links, language translations, signatures, the collaboration with others through comments, and even securing your file through passwords, which I think is pretty cool and very helpful. My favorite tool is definitely the sticky note tool. You can place it wherever you want and add words, then minimize it so it won't get in the way of the actual doc. This software goes above and beyond, and as a student I highly recommend that you check them out. They can be easily accessed in the Mac App Store, and I will leave all the links and discounts down below. Okay, so when I told you that my room is a mess, it is a mess. There is just packaging everywhere and the randomest things. Like I have a whole Apple pen just sitting there. It's crazy, and I need to clean all this up and find a place for it. I think that was a problem I was having. I had no idea where to put these stuff, but I think it's time to finally sort out everything and get my life together. So we're gonna start off with that part of the room. All these clothes are actually clean, so they're just on the floor waiting to be put away. I'm gonna start off with this area in front of my stairs, and then just like weave my way through and try to clean up everything. Alright, so my clothes are hung and I put the clothes away. I also need to clean up my bed and make my bed again. So I finished making my bed. Moving on to this area. This is full of just like garbage and packaging, so it shouldn't be that hard to put away. I finished off with this lane, and I'm gonna move on to this, which is mostly stationery. Some things I have to do a haul for, and some things that I received, my bullet journal, stuff like that, just placing it where it belongs. So I finished organizing everything on the floor and trying to see where I can put it. I emptied the garbage can because it was overflowing. But over here I have the stationery I'm doing for a haul video, and so these are still going to be in use, so I can't really store them anywhere. Then I have these new like storage boxes. I usually use Apple product boxes for my washi tapes and my stationery, so I always like to keep these, and like a container and the package that my watch came in. Then I have like my wallet, which I plan to put in my Nord Green tote bag. Okay, so I didn't find my hole puncher under all the mess, but I actually found it inside my pencil case. I totally forgot that I had this with like a bunch of other supplies that I use on the daily. I'm just really happy I found it. I was kind of going crazy because it's the only hole puncher I have, and I am finally changing my journal. I have this Baron Fig bullet journal that I plan on using for the rest of the summer. I actually was using this work journal. This was actually a beautiful journal with like a to-do list on the side, and then like a little notes section where I journaled and decorated and wrote a bunch of notes. And I'm deciding to move on from this notebook because this is kind of more of like a functional notebook where I actually like kind of knew what was going on, and my days were very structured. I went to school, and so this was filled with homework and to-do list. But now that we have entered into the summer days, I have this notebook where it's just dotted with no form or layout or functional aspect. It's just a free-handed journal, and I wanted to express more creativity, draw more, and I actually have more freedom with my days now. So we finally moved on from the structured planner into a bullet journal. Hello guys, so it is voiceover Fatima, and I really don't like doing voiceovers for spreads that I'm making because I feel like I can never find the right words, and I always end up just stopping the audio and then redoing it like 10 more times. But I feel like it's important for me to voice over this particular spread because it is kind of like a change in style and something that I really wanted to address. So this spread strays from my typical colorful themed spreads that a lot of study grammars and study tubers are expected to make. I truthfully did not find those spreads to be very helpful for me. I always tried to decorate it and think to myself that if I decorated it, then I would definitely open it every day and get things done, but I essentially did not get anything out of them. And now that I have went through junior year and did not use a bullet journal at all while still managing to find planning systems that work for me, I am coming back to the bullet journaling world, but not with the regular stickers and colorful markers, but just with myself and the intention of making my bullet journal my personal secretary, putting things that I would benefit off of and customizing it to my personal needs. I think that that's what I've been missing for the past few years when I would bullet journal and I would never ever finish the entire month. I never really tried to find the root of the problem, but now I think it's just the fact that I've always tried to make my bullet journal look like something that I think others would enjoy rather than actually making it into a functional book that would best fit my needs. So that is what we're doing today, and my goal is to make sure that my bullet journal encompasses the message of mindfulness meets productivity, meaning that I intend to use it as not only an artistic and creative outlet, but also a way to help myself become more productive. But this does not mean that I'm abandoning the creative side of bullet journaling. I definitely plan to return to that community once I lay a solid foundation and have a good idea of what I personally need. But for now, I'm going to be focusing on the layout and the spreads that I insert. So for this particular spread, I just have a cover page followed by a monthly overview, which I always have to have with me. After that, I have my gratitude page, which is where I plan on putting something that I'm grateful for every single day of July. I mainly put this in because I want to focus on the mindfulness aspect of this setup, and one of my goals is to become more humble. You don't necessarily need to be an egotistical person in order to track the things that you're grateful for. I think that it's a great way to remind yourself to be down to earth and appreciate everything around you. And then following that, I just have my habit trackers. As I said in my How to Be Productive video, I really wanted to implement a tracking system since now I have more time to look in a bullet journal. I decided to track what I think I lack, which is basically test prep, college prep, and sleep. Probably something every stressed student lacks, but moving on. After that, I created my weekly spread and I made a mistake, so I had to cover it up with washi tapes and a few journaling scraps that I collected from museums. But the weekly spread layout is something that I'm trying out. For now, I think that I need to kind of slowly get myself away from that to-do list planning system because I've been doing it for so long, and I feel like if I just immediately go to a horizontal layout, things won't work out. So I decided to make little columns as if they were to-do lists. And yeah, that was basically how I planned for this month. Nothing special, just a simple, minimal setup that I think would best fit me. I did some research while I was doing my spread because I wanted to search up some unique spreads that aren't common but may help me out, but I didn't really find any, so I think this setup will do for now. And as I get more into bullet journaling throughout the rest of the year, I can tailor my setups to what worked and what didn't work out for me. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. I will leave you guys to enjoy the rest of the setup and see you in a bit. Alright, so this is the flip through. Nothing really to talk about since I already explained most of what I put in it and why. But here I am adding numbers at the top of each day and following it with a bullet. I plan to use the prioritizing method and try and prioritize my tasks. I've always been aware of this method but never got to try it out for myself officially, so I'm going to try to implement it. I actually always thought that it was just a way for you to organize what you need to do, but as I kind of thought about it, I realized that if I do prioritize tasks, it actually makes me a more productive person. We all know those little tasks that we put on our to-do lists because if we do it, then it kind of makes us feel better, but in reality, it's just a way for us to procrastinate doing the actual things that matter. In prioritizing the things that actually matter, you kind of avoid doing those little things that just waste your time or just are there to make you feel better, and it has you focus on the things that actually matter. So I finished doing the spread for July. I actually didn't expect myself to make an actual spread. I just thought I'd make lists or write out an outline or something, but then I realized that a spread would honestly be the best way to go. So now it's a plan with me, and I need to fill in my spread since July is coming soon, and I have a lot of things on my mind that I just need to empty out and plan out because I did not fill in my calendar, so everything is just lost in space and I have no idea when anything is. So I'm gonna do that, and I think I just need to fill in the monthly section. The sun is setting right now, so I might have to turn on my lamp and the lighting might get a little bit ugly, but it is what it is, and let's get planning. So it's me again, and this is just me filling out my monthly overview. Honestly, this past year, I have developed a great appreciation for calendars. I think that they're the greatest invention when it comes to planning, because I really don't think I would have survived without my calendar. It literally had every single event on it, the time, and it was a calendar that got me through junior year. I was able to keep track of everything. Honestly, at this point, just throw the whole bullet journaling system away. Before junior year, I actually didn't see anything special about the calendar, but then once I actually started using a really big one, I started to wonder how in the world I went through 2 years of high school without it. It's crazy, but that's just my 2 cents on calendars and the whole planning system. I just sound so crazy right now. I literally sound like I just found out what a calendar was. I am also very into color coding. I think that it's a great way to organize everything. It looks like a rainbow threw up all over my page, but I mean, it helps a lot, and I recommend that you guys try it out too if you're having difficulties in like organization and such. So I did the month, and as you can tell, it's a bit overwhelming because I signed up for a lot of stuff this summer since everything is virtual, and I needed to color code my events and everything. And yeah, that is it for my planning. So this is a final flip through. I would also like to thank PDFelement for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.